Start with Andrew Cox Podcast, Marine Corps League, and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Now streaming on all major podcast platforms. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Podcast. That podcast giving a voice to our veterans. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a fireside chat with the crew. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? Make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. There's a couple ways you can support us. You can become a patron by doing a monthly donation, or you can just go in and get you some cool merchandise. Either way, that helps us. And if you want to advertise on the podcast, you're more than welcome. You can shoot me an email at thelostartwithandrewcox@gmail.com. Also, a big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about that amazing organization, you should go check them out. Even if you do know about them, go back and check them out again, because they do have cool new gear that you can always get and help support their mission. But that's tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps veteran service organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right, we do have the crew here. We're going to go ahead and go round robin. All right. Well, go ahead and start. We'll start with Mark. Mark, how you doing?
I'm outstanding, Andrew. I haven't been on the podcast for you for a while. Life's been getting in the way of making it on these nights. But all's well here in Southern California. Beautiful weather. It was a great Independence Day. I hate to say 4th of July. It was a great Independence Day. Great celebrations at VFW's, American Legion's, parades. Even that dictator we got as a governor couldn't even stop the fun that was being had.
Very good. Now, did you were down for in San Diego for the parade there?
We were. We watched that for a while. I got the thing. We should have went up to that little old gold mining town, Julian, up in the mountains. They had a great, small town, but they had a great parade, from what I was told. Great celebration at the American Legion post afterwards.
What is it that Julian's known for their pies too, aren't they?
Yep, the apple pies. Apple pies now.
And they are good.
It started out as a gold mining town.
No kidding. They have a lake out there too that's got that's one of the lakes that are stocked with trout out there. I used to
Lake Cuyamaca.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to go fishing there quite a bit.
Great.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mike, how you doing over there?
I'm doing good. Been a decent week.
Yeah.
Still been hot as heck, but can't complain. It's all good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I can see it's hot. Yeah. I saw there might be a tropical storm or something headed somewhere on the East Coast there.
Yeah, I got some kind of alert on it today on my phone, but I didn't really overly read it to see where it's coming up. It's coming up through the Gulf or it's got to hit Myrtle Beach, or it already did.
It already did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're not getting any of it then? No.
Unfortunately, it's that time of year. So.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I can tell though, Sensei down there, he's not getting any of it either. I mean, look at him. He's sitting outside, beautiful weather, South Carolina, like nothing's going on.
Got the fan on me, about to smoke a cigar. I mean, life is good. Yeah. I had a band director friend of mine ask me to cover a little bit of a day camp at her school. So going to make a little cash on the side, teaching kids how to play some hand drums. So it's going to be fun. That's tomorrow. So, and then, actually tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then next Monday. And but we're getting close to the trip. I pulled out all the camping gear and went through it to make sure it's all still good and what do I need to replace and all that kind of stuff. So starting to get ready for the trip coming up at the end of July. So yeah, life is good. Today is we got the El Cato, which is the cigar that is up for bid. The red label.
Oh, we lose them.
Yeah, that's there we go. It's the El Cato. I think that's how you
Nice.
pronounce it. Cauto. El Cato. Kyoto. I don't know. But it's a Ecuadorian wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. It's got a nice floral note to it. Actually, it almost smells like an incense shop. It's kind of nice, and the cold draw has got a nice like a woody flavor to it. So yeah, it's I can tell the construction is a little loose. It's a little squishy, so I think it might burn pretty fast. But I'll let you know. Oh,
All
and
right.
I'm pairing it with my this is a Traveler's bourbon. So yeah,
What does that say? Oh,
it's my bourbon. It's my,
yeah. Yeah, it is. I love it. All right, Jim, man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, guys. Nice seeing y'all. Sergeant Major, good to see you on the podcast again.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, well, I had my friend down here. You guys met there on the weekend. We went down to Patriot Park in Pigeon Forge and watched a couple of Dylan Scott perform and the fireworks down in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It was a great time, and there was no woke there, so it's great.
Yeah. Wow, man, that's really cool. I've never been to Pigeon Forge. I want to go to it and check it out.
Well, come visit us for that mud run, and we're right down the road from it.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'll have to do that for sure.
That whole area is a beautiful area. That
It
Gatlinburg,
is. It's
Pigeon
a
Forward.
gorgeous area.
What
Yeah.
is it? How do you say it? Sevierville?
Yeah, Sevierville.
Yeah.
The home of Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Ooh, no kidding.
Yeah, you asked
Yeah.
10 different people up here in that area how to say it once. Sevierville, Severville,
Yeah.
Severville.
It depends on how long they've been here. And
But even my daughter now, it's like, hey, what's the name of that place? She's like, Sevierville. I'm like,
Yep.
okay.
That's like, you don't say Maryville. You got to say Maryville.
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 Oh, man. All right. Well, we had a auction, and
Yes,
we did okay in the auction. I wouldn't say we're the top dogs, although we're the only ones doing it. So I guess we were top dogs. I'm going to say we were.
Of course.
And we ended up doing pretty good. What was it? I think, hold on, let me double check it. I think it was $944 is what we ended up raising for the Ton Legacy Foundation, which is pretty cool. Yeah, $944. So it was kind of slow going for a little bit. I was beginning to wonder, and then some bids started coming in today, which was pretty cool. So that was nice. And I got jumped online, did some live stuff, talked about the Ton Legacy Foundation, and played some guitar and sang a song for Mark. The redheaded stranger. He really likes that one. He told me earlier. So,
That's a great song.
sounds like a girl I dated in college.
What was that?
I said it sounds like a girl I dated in college.
Redheaded stranger. Nice.
I thought you were going to say for Mark Andrew, you played like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
I don't know that one yet. I'll work it up, though. I'll work it up. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, we did pretty decent on the thing. I think in the future, I'm going to try to do that like once a quarter, and then we'll figure out what nonprofit to kind of donate to as we move forward, and then we'll just do an auction every quarter, and we'll just see where it goes from there. I think it'll get bigger and bigger, and I think it's for for a good cause, I think we should continue to do those things. What do you guys think?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Going to be some logistics to work through. I think we're gonna have to figure out. I mean, eventually people are going to get
through a
tired
little
of saying
bit this time. We had some learning this time.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, it's people are going to get tired of bidding on the same old stuff. So we got to get new stuff coming in. If we're going to do it quarterly, every 3 months we got to offer new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but there's ways that we can go out and maybe get some people to help with that. So we'll see what we can do. True.
Yeah. I mean, there's always good people out there that are looking to help causes, which you just got to hit the right places and the right people. We can find some stuff.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Oh man! All right. Well, a lot's been going on this week. This weekend. Did you guys see all the stuff in Texas? A big flood out there. Holy moly! That was insane.
I saw it and I keep getting updates, but I haven't. I know Kelly was talking about it, but that's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So it's devastating. They have found some people, but there's still a bunch that they haven't found.
Yes.
And it was within, I think it was like 90 minutes or something like that?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. It was amazing.
45 minutes.
It goes from like this to whoa. I mean, it's huge.
What area was it? Because that's one thing I didn't see. I hadn't read, unfortunately.
North, like straight north and just a little east of San Antonio.
Go to.
And what was it? What river was it? I didn't see that.
The Guadalupe River, I think.
Guadalupe.
Yep. Yeah. Prayers to all those families.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's horrible. Horrible. You send the most prized possession off to a summer camp. And oh my gosh, I can't even begin to imagine the sorrow that they're going through. It's horrible.
Yeah, and that was 22, I think, from the summer camp.
Yep. Yeah, it's terrible.
I think 17 are confirmed dead at this point. Apparently, they found 2 girls 26 feet up in a tree. They've been holding on, for dear life. It's still alive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Holy cow. Apparently Trump, they asked Trump for assistance, and they had assistance within like a couple of hours. Something like that is what I saw. I don't know how accurate that was, but that is something that I saw on the social media pages. So,
as it should be.
Did you guys see anything like that?
It is true.
No, I've been working a lot out in the garage, trying to get through my garage. So I've been surfing social media a whole lot. I listen to in the morning when I'm taking a shower. I listen to a couple of podcasts, but that's pretty much where I get my news in the morning.
Right on. Wow. So what else? What else is happening?
You have to wonder, Nat. I didn't mean to cut you off, Andrew. You have to wonder and all that, especially with those lives lost. What? Yeah, there's a reason for everything, unfortunately, but it makes you start questioning what the reasons are. Because it's
that's true.
How can it be so horrible? But I don't know. Cases like that, that's how people lose faith. And I don't mean it to go that direction. It's like, why? I mean, seriously? I mean,
Mike, I have a sister who lost a child in her womb, and at 37 weeks. And our pastor, who's still a pastor today, got up and said, it's the hardest things he ever has to talk about because it makes him question his faith. But, you never can answer that question. You just got to have faith that the good man upstairs knows what he's doing. So, it's hard. But the things that piss me off is some of those crazy people who want to actually attack Texas now and say they deserve it because of their conservatism. And yeah, those kind of people, they need to stay away from me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I just don't understand the willingness to drag little kids, innocent kids, through this and turn it into a political message.
Exactly.
It's disgusting, and I don't know. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Well,
It
the
absolutely
sad
is.
thing is when you read some things like that in posts and what people will say, and if you start going back and looking at what those people are saying, it's amazing. Unless they're using some kind of ghost account and they just want to say hateful things, doesn't even matter whether it's this particular case or if it's, a picture of, some family with their disabled child or has some kind of issues, and their whole point is they're trying to show, hey, people like this still can live, and we want to bring attention and awareness that, hey, do you understand that, there are
Right.
people in a world like this. But then you'll have people on their comment, oh, bunch of, oh, you're doing a showboat and your kid for your own wants, and just hateful things. But if you actually go in, I was reading one, and I didn't see it myself, but then when somebody sent it to me and I started looking back at it, some of the things that people were saying about this family and this child were teachers.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're the same people that are sitting there going, praising the Lord, God fearing, saying stuff like that. But it's like, it's unfortunately, and I don't want it to just be a religious thing, but they're the ones that are smacking their hand on the Bible on Sunday, but shooting shots Saturday night. But they can sit and say hateful things about a child,
Right.
and it's like, there's a special place for people like that in my mind. But, I don't get it. I'm with you, Vic, on that one. Why you would want to do anything like that,
Exactly.
especially in a case like that with a family. It's
No matter what you think, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
We had
I mean, the hate and vitriol comes from a position of victimhood. These type of people, identify with being victims, and they're like, finally, you getting what you deserve because I've been a victim my entire life, kind of thing.
Right.
And that's I don't know. That's
and that you're absolutely right, Vic, because you have to stop sometimes and look at that and stop and think. It's like, okay, what's this person going through that they have this much hate?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going through something that they're pushing out their hate on other people.
And I pray for them too.
Well, and that's
absolutely.
You have to, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It is extremely hard not to want to do that. I don't wish harm on anybody. I can't say that I hate anybody either. There's been a couple along the way that I've decided that I need to let it go, forgive and forget, unfortunately. But I can't say that I hate anybody that much.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for anybody that has that. I mean, there's some days, I won't lie to you, that things boil inside of me and I'm like, I'm a terrible human being. But I don't have that kind of hate for another human being. I don't. Doesn't mean I'm going to sit and go out of my way for them.
Yeah.
Right.
But, it's just, I can't understand why there's some people that are just like that, and they're not happy unless other people are miserable because of their misery too.
Yep.
Very
Misery loves
true.
company. Yep.
Very true.
We had a accident here prepping for Independence Day celebrations. There was I think they were moving fireworks or preparing fireworks, and then somehow a huge explosion. I think there were 5 people that ended up getting burned really bad, broken legs, broken arms, those types of things. There's 3 from Vian, and then I don't know where the other 2 were from, but close in this area. But one of them was in critical condition. I don't know where it sits now, but I mean, it was pretty devastating. One had, I think it was like 60 or 70% of his body had burns on it or something like that. I mean, it was big, pretty wild. Hopefully there wasn't a whole lot of that happening for Independence Day. Of course, you always hear about people blowing off fingers and stuff like that. But I haven't really seen a whole lot of that this year. That one big incident is the only one I've seen.
Andrew, you and I served with a Marine. I'm not going to say it's his name because it's not my story to tell, but he was doing fireworks like 5 years ago. And the fuse went super fast and he blew off part of his thumb, part of his finger, shrapnel in the eye, lost the eye. Yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, that stuff's not to mess around with.
Yeah, it's definitely no joke. I mean, it's gunpowder. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Gunpowder goes boom.
That's the sad thing is all the stuff like, we bought stuff for the 4th and we're sitting there walking around looking at it, and it's like, American store. But I started, every single thing in there was made in China.
Really?
So, I know they've been shooting off fireworks for quite some time now and they've been making it, but it's like, is there some kind of quality control put into this or, how long has the stuff been sitting around or?
Wasn't China, they had a big factory, a fireworks factory that blew up. Wasn't that in China?
Yeah.
I saw there was one blew up, but I didn't know where it was at. There was one just recently, too. I thought it was in the United States. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I thought there was one in China several years back. But it was huge, humongous warehouse.
Oh, you're right.
Well, is there anything, Mark, did you have anything prepared for this week?
I do.
Oh, okay. Hold on. It's been a while since I've played this. All right, we're going to go to Veteran News with Mark.
Okay, today.
What's that?
Oh, am I ready to go?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
All right. This week I'd like to talk about the Gary Sinise Foundation. We all know Gary Sinise, played Lieutenant Dan in what was that movie?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Where he was double amputee, double leg amputee from the Vietnam War. But then he kind of taken on that persona to help today's veterans. And he started his own organization. He has his band, the Lieutenant Dan Band. But in his organization, it's a not-for-profit organization. It's rated at 92% by Charity Navigator, which is pretty good. 85% of what they take in goes back out. So there's only 15% administrative fees, which is decent. So he's got 4 distinct programs. First one is RISE, Restoring Independence and Supporting Empowerment. Okay, that's another one of the build 100% mortgage-free homes for veterans.
Wow.
And they make them all adapted to any type of injuries or disabilities that they may have. He has another one called Relief and Resiliency. They aim to ensure defenders and their families stay strong through hardships by offering complete support in times of need. So they are dealing with those families that are registered within their organization. But anybody can register that has some type of disability. Third program they have is the community outreach and education, which they go around and spread the word and tell how that they can help the veterans. Then the last one is a first responders outreach for, non-military first responders that have been injured or the families of first responders that have been killed in the line of duty or died because of, like the cancer from the smoke at Ground Zero and 9/11 and things like that. So Gary Sinise Foundation, I knew he always traveled around his Lieutenant Dan Band, but I didn't until I looked into it. I didn't really know everything that his program did. So of course
Yeah.
they got a website. They got ways that you can donate, things like that, or support if they're coming around in your area, things like that. So I think it's a good organization to look into. And if you know anybody that meets those criterias, have them register with the foundation and see what can happen.
Yeah, very nice. You know, I've got to see him perform with his band. One, two, three, like 4 times, and
Wow.
each time it is incredible. He and his band do a fantastic job, and they go around to all the different bases. And like I saw him twice for 4th of July. One was in Virginia, one was in California. I mean, he's all over the place with the band. It's amazing, and they play every genre of music that you can think of. So it's pretty cool.
He was just at Balboa Hospital in San Diego here about 2 or 3 months ago.
Nice. Yeah, he's out there raising money. He's doing it all the time. So yeah, that's a great organization. Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't. Never met the man.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
Didn't you have
I
somebody on
did.
a podcast, Andrew, that was on one night? I think we were all on, and he was talking about how Gary Sinise called him and asked him to come out and meet him or something. Was he a musician? Was that the guy out of Nashville or somebody? I don't
Yeah, but
remember
I
who
don't
it was
remember who
now.
it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it. Yeah, I don't remember who it was specifically.
I remember the conversation came up, but I couldn't tell you who it was.
Man, that's awesome. Well, Mark, you got anything else?
That should be it for veterans organizations.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. No, Jim, we don't have a thing for you yet. We haven't identified anything yet, at least. So I don't have anything to play for you, but we can, if you want to do current news, you can bring up any current topic you want to, and we'll just pretend it's you in it and not Aaron.
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right, now you can go. Sorry.
All right. That's all right. The current news you got going on, the National Combat on the Marine Corps League did put out a notification to all Marine Corps League detachments about Texas, and to make sure we're doing everything we can to take care of those folks down there while they're going through that horrific flood. So that was an issue today. And then, well, the biggest thing going on right now is, the big, beautiful bill. So we'll just see how that rolls out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of controversy in the big, beautiful bill. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. It is wild, all right.
One of the things I saw was they were worried about rural hospitals and how they were going to be affected. And I saw one site said that there's going to be tons of them shut down, and then I saw somewhere else that they had put something specific in the bill to help with that. But I haven't read the bill, so I have no idea. I mean, it was what, 8 hours or something of reading.
Yeah, they said that, and then they didn't talk about J.D. Vance going out to Alaska and talking to those senators and all that, saying, "Hey, this is not going to happen. We put in pieces of that so that it doesn't close down those hospitals." So it's however they want to twist it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, everything can be twisted. Just depends on which way.
With my head moving back and forth, I may not like where I'm parked. But it's okay.
Well, you got anything else you want to talk about, Jim?
No, other than I want to thank everybody for bidding on those auction items, and that was a great outcome, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did a fantastic job putting everything online. So thanks for doing that. That was awesome.
I still, going back to that, I haven't read the bill either. I just don't understand how it would hurt rural hospitals because it says that Medicaid, there won't be, uh, they won't be getting paid for unfunded, uncompensated care. But if you don't rate it in the first place, then you shouldn't be getting it, and so they shouldn't be going to try to get care if they're not supposed to be here anyway.
Yeah,
So
true.
Yeah, but
I'm
wasn't
not,
there a whole other part of it? I was reading that in an article, and it wasn't, somebody posted it on social media. I was actually reading it. Isn't there a whole other part of the bill that is, it's some ungodly amount of money that is specifically set aside specific for rural hospitals and medical?
this is saying $50 billion for rural hospitals.
Yes, but they're saying it's being cut. Then it's like, no, that's not the case.
And there's more and more illegal people that aren't supposed to be here get deported. They're not going to be using the services, so there won't be uncompensated care.
Correct.
That's the only way I can look at it. But
the 17 million people that are getting cut is being targeted at working age adults that have no disabilities. That's the target. So if you're mooching off the government, if you
correct.
can work and you're not, you need to get to work. There's no more mooching off the government. And if you're here working illegally and you're not paying into the system, also you're being denied coverage. If you notice, all the criticism says 17 million people are going to lose. They never say 17
Illegals.
million seniors. They don't say they're not saying illegally. They're just because they're trying to cloud the situation.
Yeah,
what they really mean to say
it's going to
is
point at
17
certain demographics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then that's what they're trying to get, the tugging on the heartstrings of everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like,
what they meant to say is 17 million voters are going to lose their
illegal voters.
are going to lose their benefits. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. That's funny. Oh man, gotta love it. Holy cow. Well, I guess we can. We'll move on. We'll move on to military news with Vic. Or not.
And actually,
I didn't even know we were doing this anymore. We haven't done this format in over a month, so I didn't prepare anything.
Surprise.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't even know we were doing this format anymore since we haven't done it in so long. I will say that the DoD is going through a review right now. I know that they're going through a review to make sure that all the aid going out is like accounted for. They're tracking munitions and all this kind of stuff. They're tracking aid to Ukraine. They're all of it, and basically so that they can be transparent about it when push comes to shove. And also, they said specifically, don't worry, we're not depleting our stores to give it to other people. If anything happens to the U.S., we have everything that we need to defend ourselves and our allies. So don't worry about that. So that's about the only thing as far as military knows that I know.
Yeah. Well, what about the Secretary of Defense? How do you guys think he's doing with his, well, we'll say all his appearances up on Capitol Hill and talking with the congressmen and things like that? Have you guys been watching that?
Vaguely, but I think he's handling himself very well for being a youngish politician. I think he's handling himself well. Everybody gave him a lot of criticism because he was only a major in the reserves, but I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think he's making solid decisions. He's doing everything he can to remain transparent. He worked with Doge to try to, figure out where, budget cuts could happen and all this kind of thing. So, I mean, to me, everything shows that he's doing a pretty bang up job right now. I mean, other than his social media debacle there or, tech streams or whatever you call it. But it's, in the grand scheme of things, that's got to be a pretty minor offense when it comes to some of the other stuff that other politicians are doing.
Yeah, yeah, true.
That's
I
my
saw one clip, and he was being questioned or whatever, and it gets to the close to the end, and he says, "Senator, you're out of time." Like cut her off.
Yeah, she
I love
lost it. She
that.
goes, "You don't tell me if I'm out of time or not."
And then the whoever the head chairman was like, yeah, you actually are out of time. It was pretty good.
Well, I just love it the way all these on the administration now, they don't take crap from the reporters anymore or the
Oh, I know.
senators and congressmen.
Yep.
Oh, what is the press secretary? What's her name?
Oh, Levitt,
Yeah, didn't she just win
Caroline
like
Levitt.
$800 million lawsuit? Something like
That
that.
girl is amazing.
Say it again.
I said that girl's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is something about a lawsuit. You're right,
Happy to
Andrew.
throw her away.
I could have swore I saw 800 million. I was like, holy man. I wish I'd have been part of that on the receiving end, not the giving end. So we should have contacted her for the for the auction.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
would have
probably.
helped out a little bit. Anyways,
Apparently,
she does really good as press secretary, I think.
She is awesome as a press secretary. Awesome.
And she's not
Well,
scared to call everybody out either.
And she's a younger person too. So she's
Yeah.
not afraid.
She's like only 28 or something.
Right.
the interweb is saying that her lawsuit against the View was false. She did not actually sue the View.
Oh.
If that's what you guys were talking about.
I don't know who it was against, but that's just what it was on social media. It was on the face pages, so I figured it had to be true. I mean, all face pages news is true. I mean, that's just the way it is, you know. I can't help it.
Yeah, they can't help it. I mean, those pesky politicians, man, you can't believe anything they say.
That's how we start the next war is through Facebook. Isn't that right?
I wouldn't be surprised, if it's
a possibility.
Yeah, somebody's going to say something, and somebody else is going to take offense that has their finger on a button. It's we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, shoot. Anything else there, Sensei?
I got nothing. If we're going to return to this format, I will be better prepared next week.
Well, I just kind of shotgunned you guys. It's all good. But Mark came prepared, so I was like, everybody else needs to be
my fault because I was prepared this time.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting
That's
it, but
you haven't been on
happened.
in like a month. You didn't know we weren't doing it anymore.
That's it. I haven't been up. Dude, it's been a while.
Too long, my friend. Too long.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to go with, it's been so long I can't even remember what it is. The Marvelous Mary News with Mike McNanny. Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't understand what's going on with that ranch thing. I mean, it doesn't really. In the picture, it's like Scout's Ranch or Scott's Ranch. There's a picture of a farmhouse or something there. I mean, it's like what? It's all good. Sorry, Master Guns. I apologize.
Page yourself later.
Yes. Marvelous Mary News. Ira.
Story's over. Here we go. All right, on to the next.
What's so funny?
What's so funny? Smile.
Alrighty. Well, I had a lot of good ones, and we hadn't done them in a while, so I went back to look at them, and I couldn't pull them up. So, but this one I saw was. I've got a couple, and I'm still not sure which one. Okay, I'll just do this one. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. Well, this one, the headline, it's not in the United States, but it's still a good story. 1,500 bikers, Vic, show up to escort a bullied teen to prom in a spectacular British convoy. Teen says, finally, the first time in my life, I don't feel alone anymore.
Wow.
Said more than 1,000 motorcycle riders answered a call to escort a bullied teenager to his prom, forming a spectacular convoy. As a result, Josh Duff made an incredible entrance arriving to his prom last week. According to the news agency, the 60-year-old from Swindon, England, had been struggling at school after not fitting in due to his learning difficulties. So his motorcycle-loving dad, Craig, sought support from a local biker group to cheer up his son. But they were overwhelmed on the day of Josh's prom when around 1,500 bikers showed up in front of his house.
Wow.
Wearing a one-of-a-kind black suit who Josh's mom had made for him. And Josh said, I never in my wildest dreams had I imagined this many bikers would be in one place for me and just for one person. And the picture shows him, and somebody showed up in a trike bike. I don't know how else to say it, but a three-wheeled motorcycle. But it had, a second seat on it. Yeah, and that's what that was his escort. That was his limo to take him to the prom.
Nice.
Said the bikers lined up to take photos, shake Josh's hand, and pass on some kind words. And even the majority of them all had birthday cards for Josh, who was turning 16 the very next day.
Oh, wow.
So the last 3 years were very difficult for Josh, but he kept going, still going to school, even though he was bullied on a daily basis. Said, I know bikers are family, and this is extraordinary. We've had messages from bikers from all over the world after seeing this article. And the school says, unfortunately, bullying is prevalent in all schools, especially with special educational needs, have the worst experience because there's not enough understanding and not enough teaching of younger kids and students. And they hope that they can change this somehow. And this is coming from the president of the bike club. Said Josh has epilepsy and autism, but continued to fight through it. And says he wants to become a pediatric therapist so he can help other kids like him.
Oh, wow.
After the strong showing of support last week, there was a GoFundMe set up for his future for college. And so far it says $1,500 has been raised. Said, but the amazing love and support from the community and the stories we've heard from other people reaching out to us because they or their children have been bullied as well is overwhelming. Josh, when asked if Josh had advice for any other families dealing with this, he said, with bullies, you just have to ignore them and power through, and you can expect you will always have a great result.
Man.
And have a biker club in your back pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of an intimidation factor, and I'm assuming, a British biker group, showing up with mohawks or something like that, it'd be
brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Holy cow. You said it was how many bikers was it?
1,500.
Whew, that's a lot, man.
Yeah. Yeah, when you stop and you really think about 1,500 motorcycles or 1,500, may not have been 1,500 motorcycles, but.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. What's the biggest, I guess, ride that you've been on, Vic?
Biggest one that I was on was probably about 300 bikes.
Wow.
Have you heard what's the Wreaths Around America? I think is what it's called. Yeah. So they some of the bike clubs around here organized a huge escort that started about, I don't know, maybe 45, 50 miles from here, closer to Charleston, and escorted I want to say three or four semis from Charleston all the way down to the Beaufort National Cemetery. And then the trucks all backed up into the cemetery, and then all the bike clubs and whatever riders and family all laid the wreaths on the tombstones.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
When was that?
This was a year and a half ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
cool.
last year was raining pretty heavy, so I didn't do it. But the year before that, it was my first time, and that was been my biggest ride so far. I've done a couple other 30 or 40 riders, but that was about 300 bikes, and that was pretty cool. I mean, everybody, we're going down the highway. The whole train of 300 bikes is probably going 45 miles an hour. But
Yeah.
so I mean, you're not breaking any speed records, but it's still cool to be a part of something that big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man. That is cool. Well, shoot. You guys got anything else we want to discuss for tonight's episode?
Yeah. So, like, I know somebody bid on one of my items. How do I get it to them?
Okay, so I'm going to email everybody and have them send me their mailing addresses. And then what I'll do is whoever has whatever item, I'll send you the mailing address. And then you just ship it to whoever it may be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought said you were going to announce the winners. We can't legally do that.
I don't know if we can legally do it. We can do whatever we want. I don't know. Hold on.
No, I don't want anybody to get in trouble. I thought you'd said that. I may be wrong. You were going to say who.
I gotta see.
We don't have to. We don't have to do that. I don't want anybody to get in trouble or anybody confidentiality or.
They know one. They got texts about it as soon as it happened.
So Kelly McNanny won some cigars, and nope, that was the only thing for her. My wife won the candles, who beat out Kelly apparently. Francisco Bandine won some cigars. Oh, no, wait. What is that? No. Sorry. Oh, the Stein. He won the Stein. And he also won some cigars. So he won two things.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. Who else? Some guy named James Russell. I won't say who that is, but he won the Soldier Girl Coffee, the World War II era K-Bar, and one of the paintings.
Yeah.
Which painting was it?
That was the one with the second one. Not the Grim Reaper, not the girl, the other one.
Gotcha. The one with the skeleton dude with the American flag in it. Okay. Let's see. Richard Hall won some sand from Iwo Jima. Nelson Zapata won the Grim Reaper one.
That's the painting?
Huh?
The painting?
Yeah, the painting. Yeah, the Grim Reaper
Zapata, former bandsman. Trombone.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Good.
And then another guy named James Russell won the Bella Wood Cup, and then the gold EGAs and some sand from Iwo Jima. Who could that be? I wonder.
I might be someone on this podcast. But that's all right. Somebody's going to get auctioned off for a state convention.
Nice. Well, very cool. That was our winners.
Yeah, because Knoxville's holding the Marine Corps League State Convention next year, June 18th through, Father's Day weekend. That's how I remember it.
Okay.
I saw somebody bid on the vest. Who won that?
Oh,
somebody did bid on.
Yeah, and he won, but there was a mix-up, I think. So we got to contact him. But yes, somebody did win the vest. You're right.
All right. Man, I'm surprised the gas mask didn't go, man. That was
I know. You know how hard I was pushing your dadgum gas mask? I was like, who doesn't want a gas mask? I mean.
Well, I wanted it, but nobody outbid me on a few things.
Yeah. That dadgum gas mask, man. I kept saying when I was doing the live today, I'm like, come on, you kidding me? Nobody's bidding on the gas mask yet. I was like, come on, you all want to carry a gas mask around. Find somebody to drop some CS and practice your gas chamber. So
I guess that's the guy upstairs telling me I need to be ready for the zombie apocalypse.
yeah, apparently. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can go ahead and jump into the end here. We can do words of wisdom. All right. Let's go ahead. We're gonna start. We'll start with Mike tonight. Mike has been going last. Mark, he's been taking the reins, and he's been coming up with the humdingers at the end.
Dang. Good
So,
Mike. Good job.
Well, I don't know if they were humdingers or not, but there's only like 2 of us on here, so anything Andrew has to say has got to be better than him because he doesn't even do them. So I mean, it's
it's a good point.
Yeah. Good point. Sorry, Michigans. I didn't mean to say that. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay, that's why
everybody's
looking at me. All right. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by his silence.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, Mike bringing in the big guns today. Dang. All right. We'll jump over. Sensei, what do you got? Sensei?
Oh, sorry. I didn't. You cut out there for a second.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm cutting
away
in
from
and
negative. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution.
That's true. That's true. I like it. All right, Jim, what do you got for us? Oh, you got to unmute, man.
Yeah, I got to unmute myself. So this week, on top of all the other medical issues I found out, I was told I have cancer, but I'm going to remind everybody, but it's going to be easy. It'll be all right. But I'm going to remind everybody, it doesn't matter what they throw at you. Just keep waking up and putting one foot in front of the other.
That's right. I like it. I like it, Jim. All right, Mark. It's time to bring the humdinger.
All right. Okay. Never argue with a fool. They will drag you down to their level and they will beat you with experience.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm digging it. Well, shoot, guys, thanks for doing this. Thanks for coming on. I've been cutting in or out, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through my ending spiel. So if I cut out, somebody just jump in and cover for me. How's that sound?
Mike loves to talk. He's got you.
All right, cool. All right. Well, hey, guys, thanks for coming on and doing this. I truly appreciate it. To all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life loss is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies that you serve with, ask them how they're doing. And if they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, one last time, guys. Thanks. I truly appreciate it. To all the listeners, stay motivated. Change your socks.